Is it all hype, or did they get this one right? Latest release from Dumont Paris. Got a chance to rock over the weekend. Appreciate it. Perfume box. I did buy it. They did not send this to me, but we have one of the more highly anticipated fragrances of the spring summer. We have Dumont Nitro Red Intensely. And yeah, you guys absolutely love this. I'm not gonna say you guys, I'm gonna say me too, because this was the bomb. You know what I'm saying? But I think they did good. Is it worth the hype? We're gonna talk about it. Stick around, we're gonna talk about it. Yo, what's going on, party people, fat boy family? I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you're having an amazing start to your week, but into the month. Like, we're already through the first quarter of 2025, man. And at the time of recording this, tomorrow will be April Fools. You know what I'm saying? So April Fools to all the fools out there. Nonetheless, this is not a joke. This is a real fragrance review, but I appreciate you guys coming through. Feel free, hit that like button, smash that subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the bell so you can be notified every single time I post new content to the channel. Real quick, two quick announcements. We got merch available. I got drip for sale. Hey, I got drip for sale. Yeah, 6 designs available right now, and I got about 20 more different things coming. So everything you should see, like an ad, not an ad, I mean, I guess I'm sponsoring my own video. Fat Boy Finesse merch drip or whatever. Definitely partake in that. And also the Take Notes podcast, it is live as well, so you can watch here on YouTube. I appreciate you guys for tapping into that. Also, if you can't watch, you just need to listen. Let everybody know. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, iHeartRadio. It's available there to listen as well. But nonetheless, I didn't come to talk about that. Let's just go ahead and jump right into today's conversation. All right, so as you guys heard me say in the pre-roll, we now have available Nitro Red Intensely. All right, so this is the box, just in case, you know what I'm saying? Some of you want to know, did they do anything different with that? Not necessarily. I don't remember the black being here on the original box. Nonetheless, I know some of y'all care about boxes. Yo, this is crazy. Y'all, I threw out, so I keep all my boxes, right? Well, not anymore. I threw out about 200 boxes, over 200 boxes over the weekend. Plus, I kept the important boxes. And when I say important, I'm like boxes where you can tell there's a lot that went into this representation. So all of my niche boxes I did keep because most of them have nice presentations. All of the Joe Milano boxes, a lot of the Lattafa Art of Pride, Lattafa Pride boxes, you know, because there's a lot that goes into that. So some of the Armoff boxes, Afnan boxes or whatever, the ones that are really, really good, I kept those, but that's that. All right, as far as the bottle itself, most everything is the same except some small little details that probably only a person like me who's, you know, has a background in graphic design or something like that would really care or pay attention to. The stitching on the bottle is now in black. All right, so that's black. You can see the tab, that font is actually now in black instead of white. The font here is definitely different, you know what I'm saying, versus the original bottle. And the typography, so now the logo on the cap actually matches the same thing here on the bottle. It does not on the original, but it does here. All right. Also, this is a magnetic cap. See that? All right. So pretty much everything else about the bottle is the same, but those are the nuances there. If you kind of want to see potentially what may be different. All right. Atomizer, still pretty much the same, decent. I don't really care for this whole tassel thing, but you know, it's the same, just quick spritz, still in Extrait, the Parfum. Now, what's the biggest difference with this fragrance versus the original? You guys know the original, a major plus was more so based on that Invictus DNA, the original Invictus from Rabanne. They just basically added watermelon. Well, the thing is here, what I believe Dumont said is let's try to get this as far away from the Invictus comparisons without losing the core aspects of what made Nitro Red so good. Because when Dumont came on the scene, their Nitro line is what, you know, and they have some great fragrances in their other lines, you know what I'm saying? Their Tresador line, Bravazant, I think it's called. And they have another line as well. So they have some amazing fragrances, most of them. You guys know them for impressions, you know, dupes, clones, covers, remixes, or whatever. But this was one of those ones last summer. I think last summer is when this one came out. That was just fire. Super, super, super fire. Beautiful, sweet, fruity fragrance. They don't want to lose the aspect of that. Let's turn it up a notch. So what exactly are we going to intensify? So the fruit, they definitely take to another level. To me, it is a fruitier fragrance, but it is a warmer fragrance because the amber also gets a lift here. So basically you get the Nitro Red DNA. I hate sometimes when people do intense things and then like the fragrance actually takes a different direction. Like they said, let's take what made the original great and let's just amplify it. Let's intensify it. You know what I'm saying? Let's take it to another level. So the watermelon is what everybody appreciated. So, you know, I always used to say, I'm like, yo, this smell like a red Jolly Rancher. Like a watermelon Jolly Rancher is the same feel that you get here, but now it has more depth to it. It's a denser fragrance. It's a thicker fragrance. That fruit is not fruitier from a candied standpoint. It's fruitier from a mature standpoint where there's a level of sexiness to it. The original, they have the slightest bit because you get this aquatic nature to it, but it has the slightest bit of freshness that you don't get here. So if I spray the original, you know what I'm saying? This is the original here. If I spray it on my hand, there is the slightest bit of fresh nuance here that you don't get over here. Same thing, but again, they amplify that amber, they amplify the fruit, the watermelon here, and this is a nice, not super warm to the point where you're waiting to wear this during the fall or the winter. Definitely springtime is a perfect time for this. Summertime, be careful because it is still a super sweet fragrance. That's what I tell people. I'm the type of person, and it especially depends on what your summer routine is, where you work at, if you're working in the office or if you spend a lot of time outside. I personally don't like wearing super sweet things in the summertime because of the heat and it's cloying. And I'm going to get to that in a minute because this one definitely gave me a headache because I sprayed it too many times. So they got the intense portion of that right. But as far as the scent DNA, that's one of the things that I want to tell you all. So as it relates to performance, I'm going to be honest, I'm going to have to come back and do another video because I really didn't pay attention enough to see, was there a difference? It's not like I did a side-by-side wear to say, well, this will last 3 or 4 more hours more than the other one. The original was a beast. And this one is a beast as well. You know what I'm saying? So we talking 8+ hours, you know what I'm saying, of longevity. I'm gonna be honest, it was really like 10. Like it was really like I got in the shower, got out the shower, and I used several different soaps, scented body wash, and I could still smell this joint, you know what I'm saying, on my body. Projection is great, sillage is great. A lot of that you're going to definitely get, I say on my skin in particular, definitely within that first 2 to 3 hour range is when you're really gonna get most of that heavy lifting done. But I would say you can go far as even 4 or 5 hours. You know what I'm saying? Where you're still walking around, people are walking by. Now, when I wore this, I was around family or whatever. My family, one thing about me, they don't compliment me because you know how you always around people like you just always smell good. Compliments is for strangers. You know, at this point, I get around them, it's kind of boring because it's an expectation. Their way of giving me a compliment is, what you got on today? What you wearing today? That smells different. I haven't smelled you wear. I haven't smelled that before. That's the compliment. You know what I'm saying? So that's the normal. But I didn't spend a lot of times around strangers. Now, I got compliments directly. Now, what I will say, and they can attest to this, I was walking through the hallways and the aisles for a couple of places, and I heard they was like, yo, that's got to be your brother. Cause oh my God, like that's gotta be your brother. Like nobody else around here would be smelling like that. You know what I'm saying? Cause we had some other people around or whatever. So it was a compliment, but it wasn't a direct compliment, this, that, and the third. But again, that we're talking about a 4 or 5 hour period. This was still booming. This was still going. You know what I'm saying? So I need to do some more wearings because that was just one full wearing. I need to do more wearings where I can actually see, like I'm intentionally like, okay, let me set the clock. Let me be intentional about remembering how this is going to go. But let me tell you something. Again, an Extrait, the oil concentration, the performance, the longevity, the projection, the CIH, that's not going to be a problem. So let's not get technical and be like, oh my God, the projection is only, you know, 2 hours instead of 3. Like, how hard does it project? It's got one of those Mike Tyson punches, which leads to my next point. Chill out on the sprays. I sprayed this one too much. So I went boom, 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 boom. So basically it was like 8 or 9 sprays. That's my normal routine. I'm not a heavy sprayer. Y'all, some of y'all be hitting these 20 minimum spray routines. That's not me. I can't, I want to smell my fragrance. I don't want to go nose blind to it. And I was like, that's too much. Because I started to develop quickly. I was like, I got a headache. So that's what I'm saying with me. I like sweet things. I'm not afraid of it. But in the heat, this is one of those ones where it's like, be careful. So instead of me doing in and out on the forearms, I would probably just do out. What up? Because again, sometimes with the inside of my forearms, like if I'm sitting at my desk, I'm making contact with things that are close to me. Now, if I'm making contact with my body and I want to keep that scent on me, that's different. But it just depends on the situation. But I'm gonna always hit front, side to side, and 2 on the back. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna do that. And I actually didn't hit the clothes on purpose because I really just wanted to kind of see how was it performing on skin. And I know y'all probably like, well, you don't really seem too hype about it, because honestly, this leads to my next point. It's redundant from the standpoint of it's still Dumont Nitro Red. So who is this really for? If you don't have it, if you don't have either of them, get this one. Get the Intensely. Just go with this. It's not that, because to the most people have an untrained nose. They don't care. They just want to know, does it smell good? So you're going to get more depth, more performance, more of that fruitness out of this one, I think. And then again, like to me, I think I know there are a lot of people who appreciate that slightly fresh nuance that you get out of here, coming from that Invictus, Rosasa Hiwa style DNA. You just throw the watermelon on top and you get this nice, sweet, Jolly Rancher candied fruit type of fragrance. So if you're a content creator and enthusiast like myself, definitely you're probably gonna like both. If you've never bought it, period, just buy the Intensely. If you have the original Nitro Red, it's probably gonna be redundant. If you're just a super fragrance note snob and there's just some of those slight nuances that you appreciate about the OG, because you can tell the amber is amplified. I feel like the woods are amplified just a little bit, but more so the amber. And it's warmer. It's warmer to the point where it's like, okay, you can get away from the comparisons. Like if this had never came out and they just started with this, I think some people would have said, this kind of reminds me of Invictus a little bit, but I think you wouldn't have got the extreme comparisons like, okay, this is just Invictus DNA and with watermelon in the top instead. Because you don't so much get that here, being that the amber is amplified and it's warmer. To me, it almost takes this Azzaro-like approach. Like Azzaro, a little bit of Azzaro, a little bit of Valentino. You know, they're good. They're not afraid to go warm. Like they do not shy away from warm, and with the slightest bit of spice in their fragrances, they do not shy away from that. That's actually kind of their signature. Invictus more does a lot of the fresher type of things. Azzaro and Valentino, they kind of go more on the warmer side of things. So it almost starts to lean that direction. If you're familiar with that style of scent, you'll understand what I'm saying when I say that. Nonetheless, I mean, it's good. Is it worth the hype? I'm not going to say it's necessarily worth the hype, because it's not like, make sure y'all go buy it. And mainly that's probably because I already have Dumont Nitro Red. So, yeah, we'll see. We shall see. We're going to get more wearing out of this, but I did want to update you guys. I really wasn't going to do a video today, but I said, nah, let's stay consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday. You know, I was going to start off on the 1st, but now our first video, April, will probably just be Wednesday. And that's podcast day. So again, y'all stay tuned for that. But holla at your boy, man. Let me know. Let me know. Somehow I just find a way to run my mouth for an extended period of time. I thought this review was gonna be like 8 minutes. Nonetheless, holla at your boy. Let me know, which one are you rocking with? Are you rocking with the OG? Are you rocking with the flanker? Shout out to Middle Eastern companies doing flankers. Me and my boys, we talk about this all the time, and I was like, bro, like, one thing I do appreciate about Armoff and that club day and the We Intense, man, they're gonna give you every flanker in the world. I wish here's the thing, and I'm not gonna say clone companies. If you're a Middle Eastern company and you're really trying to clone or do impressions of a lot of designer companies, then kind of follow that same metric. Like, instead of you releasing an Extrait right out the gate, that way you're not putting out such a crazy volume of new stuff. Release the EDP, or like do what Armoff did. The EDT was amazing when they released that back in 2015. Like, was it synthetic as crap? Yeah, but look at what they've done since then. That's how you build. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing. So shout out to Dumont, who decided to do that, because the original was, okay, I'm tripping. The original was an eau de parfum. The original was an eau de parfum, and then this one is an Extrait. That's how you're supposed to do it. Shout out to Dumont for getting that right. So hopefully we see the same thing with Nitro White and Platinum and Black. Well, y'all leave Black alone. It don't need to get no more intense than that. But the green, the brown, the blue. Yeah, man, that's Latafa. I want to see y'all put out flankers. Armoff, I want to see y'all do more flankers. Afnan, I want to see you do flankers. You know, like let's bring flankers to the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? Nonetheless, like, subscribe, bell, all of that. Do all of that. Merch for sale, podcast, all of that stuff. But holla at your boy. Let me know in the comments if you have it. Have you ordered it? Do you think it's worth it? You know what I'm saying? I'll have the link in the description if you want to use my link to order that. Nonetheless, holla at your boy. Until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video.